Hi, my name is John, and I'm 12 years old, and I want to know how did Halloween begin.
My name is Alison D'Amario. I'm Director of Education at the Salem Witch Museum in Salem, Massachusetts. Halloween is a very popular holiday in this country now, and I think many people don't know that it goes way back to ancient times when it was called Samhain, S-A-M-H-A-I-N, and it was considered New Year's Eve. In ancient times, people were very concerned about the cycle of nature because that's how they lived, with the growing cycle, and then making sure they had enough food for the winter, and then celebrating the spring when it came. And so October 31st, or the end of October, became a time when they were getting ready for the winter, celebrating a good harvest. It was also believed that this was a time in the old religion when the veil between the physical world and the spirit world was very thin, and so people could perhaps be connected to their ancestors, to spirits that had gone on. And so there was a little element of fear and excitement in that night. People celebrated by bonfires, by good harvest food. The tradition of jack-o'-lanterns goes back to that time. In that time, people carved out turnips instead of pumpkins and put little candles in them. And so all of these traditions, or at least part of them, have come down to us. But added to that is the idea of witchcraft and the idea of witches. And you have to think of many centuries going by, and the idea of the witch became part of Western culture because people began thinking in terms of good and evil, and perhaps women who had been out in the woods making potions to cure people perhaps did not become Christian. Perhaps they remained pagan, and people became worried about that. Maybe they weren't joining for reasons that had to do with evil. Maybe they were making potions that could hurt people. Even worse, perhaps they were making flying ointment that they could use to fly through the air on brooms. And so the idea of evil witches, evil women who were, and it was predominantly women because of course in ancient times, not ancient times, but medieval times, people believed that women were much weaker than men, and so they'd be more susceptible to the forces of evil. And so I think the stereotype emerged there of a woman, basically an exaggeration of the way a medieval woman would have looked, with black clothing, a hat. Perhaps she was flying on a broom because that was a common household item, and she was going out into the sky with her sisters to do no good. And somehow, and I don't know that you can document it exactly, somehow this got combined into Halloween. And so the image of the witch flying on a broom is very much a part of the whole Halloween iconography, if you can call it that. That this is something that you need to be scared of, although of course now we're not. We don't take it very seriously, but in ancient times people did take it very seriously, or medieval times people did take it very seriously. And the stereotype of the witch has come down to us without its power now, but it still exists, and of course everybody's seen The Wizard of Oz, so the Wicked Witch of the West is the ultimate expression of that stereotype.